Hello, Minecraft fans, and welcome back to our very own world of Rivenbourne. So I made a house, and while I was recording the making of this house, I had no idea that my settings were preventing about every second and third frame from capturing. The result is nearly unwatchable, but I've sped it up so that we can watch my drama unfold as I talk about what was going through my head and hopefully salvage some of this disastrous recording session. So like I said, I made a house, and it's a smaller house, just one for the village elven folk to live in and move around their day. Just something to give our village a little bit of extra flavor. But while I was building it, I wanted to talk about the lore behind this village, the reason for its existence in our storyline. Remember, Rivenbourne has a recent past that unfolded, and we're going to tell its story through what we build. And it centers around a hero. This elven village is where our hero was shortly before their adventure started. The idea is that our hero found something dark, something surprising for an elven village. This place is a paradise. It is where all the rich folks and the well-traveled come to relax and hear amazing stories and tell of incredible riches. But hiding in here somewhere, and we will build this, is a dark secret that our hero discovered and made their quest possible. Made them embark on a journey through other villages and other lands to meet other people and accomplish whatever incredible event, whatever incredible story we decide to tell. And that's sort of the fun of building this place, is we get to do the surface level, something very light and typical that you'd expect, and then somewhere we get to put the dark secret. A couple ideas. The elves are good historians, as you would expect. They have vast libraries, perhaps in the tower off towards the mountain. And they have archives, artifacts that, well, maybe some of them have a more mysterious past, or maybe some books were not meant to be reopened for a very long time. But our hero is a curious hero, and unconvinced by this serene exterior, they venture a little bit further and discover what proves to be a little too much. I don't know exactly, but of course we have time to come up with something and solidify more of the details. As you can see, I had a ton of fun building this sort of L-shaped house and making many mistakes along the way, too many of which are recorded for all time. My process is pretty simple, actually, and it bears explaining a little bit of the details. I started with a block palette. Now, a block palette does two things. It gives you plenty of choices to create your building, but it also limits what you have available, which is important when sparking creativity. Basically, if all you had is the blank page, and without a single stroke, you would be paralyzed at where to begin. And the same is true a lot of times in Minecraft, at least for me it is. With the choice of every texture in the game, where do I start, and how do I know that I'm making something that looks good? To solve that, I came up with a block palette that narrows it down. Birch wood planks, dark oak planks, stone blocks, white wool, pink wool, and white stained glass. That's pretty much it. Of course, with all the fence posts and slabs and staircases that are available. And that's what I've limited myself to. And that's what I decided the Elven village is made out of. Then I took a trip to Google image search for, I don't know, elven houses, fantasy village, to find something that didn't look anything like medieval or like anything that humans would build. And what I found a picture that I liked. It had these big curving arches in it, and it's difficult to approximate that in Minecraft. Not a lot of curves in this game, but I did some experimenting in creative mode, and it came up with something that I liked. I found that the dark oak and the pink wool went well together for the side and for the framing, and basically everything just sort of fell into place. And I came up with a blueprint for sort of a long tube that was peaked at the top and arched down the sides. And all I did was adapt that for the boathouse, 3 long tubes put together. And for this building, I just put a corner in the middle and turned it into an L. And that's my plan for the rest of the village. Because it is just too hard to approach each building as a unique project. That would take forever. I wouldn't know where to start. Sort of like the block palette. By having a set formula, I know where to begin, and I'm able to complete a lot more than I would otherwise be able to do. Well, that's it for now for this little house. But don't worry, there's more. Without checking this video footage, I went ahead and built a second house, and it was just as unusable. So you'll be able to see that in double speed as well. And everything I said I was going to do, I changed. Alright, windows done, doors done, a few trees still in the way, but this one is done. We got a complete building here. I even put in the little details that make this so fantastic. Still a few details to add, for instance when I get end rods, but it looks pretty good, and the best part is we can add it to our Elven village map. So let me go up here and get a nice view. Look at that. It looks interesting, kind of like a large beetle, or like an earthworm. Yeah, that's nice. It's like an earthworm. Oh well, I think it looks good. And you can see our boathouse way off in the distance. Very nice. Let's check this thing out and get that map loaded up. Switch over to it, and there it is. We still have a lot of pathways to put in, but of course, we are well on our way towards finishing our first village. Thanks so much for watching.